Where's the comfiness? Where is it? So comfy. I think this is my comfy spot. So I decided to do a Q&A today, but I wanted to do it just really chilled, really relaxed, just like a kind of hangout vibe. So I'm literally going to film it lying in bed. Not in bed, but on bed, because it's noon and you know, we don't sleep at noon. But I just like the vibe of people's videos where they're just way more chill. Normally I do my Q&As in the kitchen and I'm sitting with like my light on and all that kind of thing, and they're fun. But I feel like this should just be a very chill post-shower vibe. So we just feel like we're hanging out. So I went on Instagram yesterday, asked for a bunch of questions, just like I want to do a Q&A on YouTube. I've not done one in ages, just like a catch-up vibe. And I've just got like a big mix of questions, so just from like life stuff to like fitness, health, all that kind of thing. So I'm just going to go through as many questions as I can in hopefully like 10-15 minutes. I say that every time and they end up being like 40 minutes long, but we shall see how quickly we get through. I don't know if you are eating right now, if you're on a train, if you're on a bus, if you are doing the Stairmaster, whatever you're doing. I was actually going to make a nice coffee for this, but I feel like I left it a tad close to breakfast, thus what it is. So get some kind of beverage and let's just hang out. I think there's a fly on my bed. I think there's a dead fly on my bed. He can stay there for now. Okay, so questions. Let me see where I want to start. How many have I screenshotted? Okay. Ooh, I like this one. It's quite a deep one, but I quite like it because it's kind of the trend that's going on TikTok right now. So everyone's doing this trend right now where it's like you're talking to your younger self. So someone asked, what advice would you give to your younger self? I must admit that I am happy with most of my life choices. I don't feel like there's been like anything that I'm like, I really wish I hadn't done that or did do that or something, because I kind of feel like everything happens for a reason. I like that mantra. I like that kind of idea. I think it just helps if you just accept that you can't control everything, that you will make mistakes, you do make wrong decisions, blah 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 blah, but life goes on and everything does happen for a reason. Nothing is a mistake, it's always a lesson. So advice to my younger self would be just to be yourself. I feel like I'm quite good at that though. I feel like I am always myself. However, on social media, I must admit, it is very hard to get your personality across, especially when you do everything yourself. I don't know, I just feel like there's just a kind of lack, this tiny bit of like, I just need more of me on the internet. So really, younger self, I probably wouldn't even say this to myself. I would think if I was talking to the younger generation, it would be yourself. It would be like, just do the things you want to do. Don't give in to like peer pressures. Don't try and like be something that you're not, you know, do what makes you happy as a person. Best tips to find balance with food, exercise, travelling and work. I think if you make everything a habit and or routine, it makes things so much easier. So if, for example, like I don't say, oh, I have to go to the gym this day and this day. I train about 5 times a week, and for me that's just what I do. Like, it's part of my routine, it's part of my lifestyle. So and the same with food. Like, it's not a case of, oh, I need to make something healthy tonight or something like that. It's a case of when I'm in the supermarket, okay, there's the fruit section, there's the veg section, there's the almond milk, there's the tofu, all this kind of stuff. Like, I just buy majority healthy stuff so that's what I eat. Obviously, I also eat a very balanced diet, so I am one that 100%, I don't believe in cheat meals. I don't believe in, like, you know, eating a certain way this amount of days and then having a cheat day or a cheat meal. I very much believe in just eating mostly healthy, and then if I want something, I have it. If I want to go out for dinner, I go. It's not a case of, oh, I'm going out for dinner on Friday, I better eat healthy Monday to Thursday and then make up for it at the weekend. It's nothing like that. It's got to be a lifestyle. It's got to just be habit. It's got to just be routine. And I just feel like that's the best way to balance things. Don't get me wrong, do I struggle sometimes with my calendar, and I'm like, oh my god, I've got so much work to do today, but I still need to go to the gym, I still need to make this, blah 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 blah. Of course, because I'm human, and that's what happens. but trying to make something as habit and routine as much as possible. Why do I have earpods in? I am listening to absolutely nothing. That is the best way to try and go about it. What is push-pull legs routine? Okay, so I've mentioned numerous times that when I go to the gym and the way I train, I very much do push-pull legs the majority of the time. And that's basically just a workout split. So I split my workout, so push days, first is push movements and exercises, so chest, shoulders, triceps. Then pull is back and biceps, and then legs is, you know it, you guessed it, legs. And I personally really do like that workout split. I probably, on my vegan aesthetics page, there is a split of push-pull legs, sometimes in the challenges, then other times we change it up, just so that everyone else doesn't get bored, because I very much can do the same thing or a similar thing for a very long time. Not everybody likes to do that. Let me see. Oh, how do you edit your pictures on Instagram? I had to hiccup so bad right now. On Instagram, I edit my pictures on Visco, VSCO. It's this app right here, or Lightroom. But I used to use Lightroom, but I feel like the filters are just too harsh. So I really only use Lightroom if I want to make myself more tanned. That is the only reason I would use Lightroom. Hardest thing, if any, do you find about being vegan? I think the hardest thing, like, I don't find being vegan difficult at all. I've done it for 8 years now. I will do it for the next 80 or longer, depends how long I live. I honestly love it. Like, there's no reason why I wouldn't be vegan ever. So what do I find hard about it? Would probably just be, sometimes it can be a tad inconvenient, and it's not even that it's inconvenient, it's that there's not something conveniently available. So for example, I really only find that difficult if it's like, well, I only find it difficult because I'm so fussy. That's also the problem. Maybe if you're like travelling, you're on holiday and you're somewhere quite remote, or you know, you're maybe on a road trip and you stop somewhere for food, and there's always options. Don't get me wrong, there are always options. I've never been like, there's not one vegan thing here, because you can get chips or crisps or like something like that. But when it comes to like a solid good meal, sometimes that's the issue, if just depending on where you are, like convenience wise. But then, you know, I felt like that was the issue when I was driving down to Manchester, because the stop I chose to stop at had a Burger King. The Burger King has the like plant-based Whopper, it has chips, it has, I think, onion rings, like loads of stuff. But for me, I was like, I don't like that burger. Like, well, I've never tried it, but it's too meaty for me, so that's not what I wanted, thus it was inconvenient. So really, I was the inconvenience, not the vegan part. Do you prefer maple syrup over 0-calorie sweeteners? Yes, I always use maple syrup. I love maple syrup, and it's natural, it comes from a tree. I tend not to use 0-calorie foods unless, the only thing I really use that's a 0-calorie food, and the only reason I use it is because of the flavour, are the flavour drops that you put in coffees that you get from My Protein. That's really the only thing I use. I don't use low-calorie or 0-calorie foods. I just feel like they're a bit of a chemical concoction. Don't get me wrong, the flavour drop things, bang on. Do you suffer with bloating? Of course, everybody gets bloated. I actually had a wee period there, I've just been like bloated all the time for like a week, and it was very inconvenient and very annoying. But overall, I feel like with bloating, it's more of like a water bloat, like, oh, I need to pee, or I'm really full. It tends to, touch wood, not really be those really uncomfortable, painful ones. You know, that, oh, it's a dog outside playing with a toy. You know, that's just the ones I personally experience. One routine you think that changed your life the most? That's a good one. That is a good one. So I have a few routines. I have a skincare routine for morning and night time. I have a workout routine. I tend to eat similar foods similar times of the day, so I suppose I have a healthy eating routine. I'm probably going to go with the workout routine, because I feel like once you've nailed your workout routine, you know exactly what you're doing in the gym, you know what works for you, you've got a plan, you have a goal, you're much more focused on it, you're much more likely to stick to it, you're much more like engaged with it, if that makes sense. So I very much do enjoy a good workout routine. First link in my bio to join my 12-week challenge. Ooh, these are good questions. What is on your bucket list that you haven't done yet? I feel like the next couple of things I want to do on my bucket list all involve travel. So I'm dying to go to Australia. However, they've blocked the world from entering for like 2 years, so I don't think I'll be going there anytime soon. I would love to go and see the Northern Lights somewhere really wintry and Christmassy. I would love to go on some kind of safari, obviously one where the animals are in their natural habitat out in the wild, and not one there's a zoo or something like that. And I would also love to really go on like a long trip around Asia, the likes of like Tokyo and Japan and Hong Kong and Singapore and Shanghai and all these places as well. So I feel like all my bucket list things right now are travel related. And to do specific activities in those places, that's probably where I'm at on the bucket list side. Tips to being less self-conscious. I'm not really a self-conscious person. I think my attitude to life is just, I very like my attitude to life. Some people don't like it because it's too lackadaisical, but I like it. My attitude is just that you're literally only here for like 80, 90, 100 years max. And when you die, this is very deep, when you die, like no one's going to remember you other than like your close family. But I actually had this like kind of feeling the other day. I was in the car, I was sitting, I was leaving Edinburgh with my sister, and there's all these people crossing the road, and I was just looking and I thought, see in 100 years, it's going to be a completely different group of people crossing this road, and they're not going to have any clue that any of us were here. So see, when you think like that, why are you self-conscious and what you're self-conscious about? Why do people care so much about things that don't actually matter? Now don't get me wrong, do I have self-conscious moments? Maybe not self-conscious, but maybe I'm like, oh my god, I don't look as nice as I wanted to in this night out, or maybe, I feel a bit uncomfortable in the gym because I'm really bloated, or this outfit isn't whatever, or if I'm talking to people, it's kind of a case of, what if I'm just talking a load of rubbish, like in this video, am I talking a load of rubbish? But see, at the same time, I also have you're going to end up in a box one day in the ground. Nobody knows who you're going to be in 50, 100 years, and nobody actually cares either. So why do we care? Do you find it hard to maintain your weight? I started eating cleaner, but I'm losing quite a bit of weight. So this is actually obviously a thing. Like if you start eating healthier, oh my god, a delivery just came through my door and I had a heart attack. I'm going to assume that's what that was. Because I washed my hair this morning, it's so flat and just like soft. It's really annoying me. Okay, so when you start eating healthier, if you're focusing on foods like fruits, vegetables, all that kind of stuff, they're so much lower in calories than junk food tends to be. So you might just automatically start eating less by accident, even if that's not your goal. If your goal is just to eat healthier, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to eat less. Sometimes that means you need to eat more, or it's just focusing on the actual nutrients that you're eating. So if you're losing weight, then definitely make sure, and that's not your goal, then definitely make sure that you're eating enough of the healthy food, because it's very easy to undereat if you eat healthily. Do you keep, this is 2 questions about my hair. Do you curl your hair every day, and how do you keep your hair so cute? I only wash my hair twice a week. Today was one of those days. I shampoo, I conditioner. I'm using that Olaplex right now. I've been using that for maybe 2-3 months. I'm giving that a go to see what that's all about. I wash my hair twice a week. I try and let it dry as much as possible, and then I just blow dry it, and then I either straighten or curl it, but only if I'm doing something, because I try not to put heat on it every single day. Oh, can you talk about life experiences such as getting your driving license test, etc.? So I always wanted to drive. I learned to drive when I was 17. So in the UK you can't learn to drive until you're 17. I'm sure in America it's 16. So you can't learn to drive until you're 17. So I started lessons like the day after my birthday. I was like, I want to drive. I just loved the idea of it. I was always a confident driver. Like every lesson I was just like, cool, this is what we're doing. My test I was super confident, and I am just a confident driver. It's funny because so many of my friends aren't, and I just don't understand it. I don't understand nervous driving. I cannot wrap my head around it. You just get in and you just go. It's like a case of that. But I had a really good driving instructor, and she really mirrored, like, she knew my personality. She knew, so for example, she knew like she could be a bit more like, what's the word? I don't know what the word is, but just, you know, like forward, I guess. Whereas when my sister started driving lessons, she went with her and they just did not get on well. Say, there's much more sensitive, you know, you can't be as like direct and forward with her and be like, oh, for goodness sake, why are you not doing that right? Whereas me, I'm like, I'm doing it, you know, type of thing. Actually, yeah, I enjoyed my driving experience, but just really wanted to learn to drive like as soon as possible. Future career goals. I'm working on really expanding vegan aesthetics into what the next level of that would be. I'm sure you might be able to guess what that is. I can't say what it is yet because, you know, I'm still in the process of trying to make it so perfect, because it's something that I've always had as a goal. I took him in too much air there. Too much air. So vegan aesthetics is my pride and joy, is my baby, and that is the thing I always want to grow the most, and I'm kind of taking it away from a website and moving on to another kind of platform, if you like. And it's really just been a long process of working out how to do that the best way to bring like the best product. So that is my current future goal. That's what we'll stick with, my current future goal. What made you start going to the gym? Oh no, that nearly leaked. Delicious and so nutritious. So for those that don't know, I grew up as a swimmer, so I trained for like 10 years as a swimmer. So when I came out of that, I obviously was used to sport, used to training, used to exercise, and thought, okay, so what am I doing next? So I started the gym, and when I first started going to the gym, it was a case of, cool, this is exercise, this is my new like thing, my new hobby, and was just kind of coming and going and not really, I was just like going and doing like bicep curls and running and doing classes and stuff because I didn't know what I was really wanting to do. So I did that for ages before I like properly got into the gym, if that makes sense. Random, but do you get facial hair, wax or bleach it? I can't decide what's best. Obviously I have facial hair. Like, I feel like my hair around here is really fair though, and it's really light that I wouldn't touch it. I have like loads of family members that have much darker hair than me, and they get that all like threaded off. I used to wax my like upper lip, but now I get it lasered, so I'm doing laser hair removal right now, and that's one of the areas that I do. I don't touch my eyebrows. I feel like my eyebrows just like naturally are okay, thankfully, so I don't have to like do anything with them. Did your skin improve when you went vegan? So it's actually hard to tell because it didn't improve when I first went vegan, no. But over the past couple of years, my skin has completely changed, and that it's the best it's ever been. And I'm 27 years old, it's the best it's ever been. I drink loads of water, I eat mostly healthy, I work out, but my skincare routine is like on point. I have a YouTube video probably posted about December time last year if you want to go and check it out, because my skincare routine is on point. It's on point, and I just think all of those factors combined have just completely transformed my skin. So I wouldn't say it was when I went vegan, because, you know, I was vegan for a few years before that, but I do think that things like your skin take time to adjust to your routine and what you do. I think that's actually most of the questions, to be honest, because they kind of do repeat throughout. So thank you guys for joining in my Q&A. We've just hit the 20-minute mark. I hope you enjoyed just chilling out and having a chat with me. I feel like I've not done a very kind of sit down, like relaxed video in ages. My neck is killing me. So yeah, please leave, oh, you can't even see me, please leave requests below for what kind of videos you want to see over the next couple of weeks and months. I obviously have a list, but I'd like to hear from you guys what you want, and I will see you in my next video.